Hello, my name is David Albers. I am the Senior Certified Athletic Trainer for Cerner Corporation's Healthy Fitness Center, and today you are joining me in my garage to go over some unconventional bodyweight strength exercises that you can do at home. The reason they are unconventional is really two reasons. The first one is that I'm going to have you move it really slow and really controlled. This is opposite. This is on the opposite end of the spectrum as to what most at-home bodyweight workouts look like, because most of the time we're all about doing a lot of reps really fast without very much rest to get that muscle burn that we really were looking for. This one, again, on the opposite end of the spectrum. I'm going to have you move very, very slow and smooth and controlled, which is going to help us leverage what we call eccentric and isometric contractions to really drive some work from the muscles. So to get you familiar with those really quick, eccentric contractions are when your muscles are producing a lot of force while they're getting stretched out. What that looks like in real time, if you were doing a bicep curl and you're at the top and you slowly lower the weight down, you are stretching the muscle while it is producing a lot of force. This is an eccentric contraction. Isometric is when the muscle is producing a lot of force, but it's not getting longer or shorter. It's not changing length. So this would be like if you were flexing your biceps in the mirror and you were flexing really hard, that's an isometric contraction. Those two types of contractions really help us build up a lot of muscle strength as well as movement control. So they're extremely beneficial. It's just you have to move really slow and with a lot of purpose behind what you're trying to do. The second reason that it's unconventional is the positions that we'll be using. They'll be outside of what you'll typically see in a workout. Most of them will be anyway. So I have 4 movements to show you. These will be primarily upper body focused. The first one is going to be a 1-minute push-up. It's as fun as it sounds. Second one will be isometric loading of your shoulders into external and internal rotation. So it's positional isometric loading in the field goal position. Will be face down for that one. The third one will be face down position again, isometric loading with your arm overhead, just really strengthening up all this stuff all up around the shoulders, followed by a partial controlled articular rotation, CARS for short on that one. The fourth and final one will be positional isometrics for your chest and your upper back. So let's get started on this push-up thing, this 1-minute push-up. So it is exactly what it sounds like. You take 1 minute to do a push-up. Since we're focusing on the eccentric part of the movement, it's really just the lowering portion. So we're going to take a full minute to lower into a push-up. I'm going to go ahead and do one for you now. Got my timer out here in front of me because I don't want to cheat myself. And I'm going to start on the 50 right here and starting to lower. So it's going to be however slow you think you should be moving. You should probably be moving a lot slower. So a couple of prerequisites to this one is that you should be able to do a regular push-up already to try this one. Second one is you need to be able to hold a plank. So I'm coming up on 30 seconds here right about now. I'm not quite halfway through, so I'm doing all right. I'm pretty shaky though. We got 20 seconds left. Whew. It's a lot harder than any push-up you will have tried before. 12, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way down. Whew. So, and then you would push up. You wouldn't have to do the full push-up out of the position because you're just focusing on the lower. Wow, my arms feel heavy. If you can't do a full minute, that's fine. Try 10-second lower. Try 20-second lower. The key thing here is that I want you so focused on maximizing the time in that lowering portion of the push-up, I only want you to do 1 rep per set. It's a single rep set. 2 to 4 sets of 1 push-up, drawing out the lower as long as you can, and take several minutes rest between each one. You'll feel very taxed all up through the shoulders and in the arms. All right, positional isometrics for the shoulder. You'll be face down for this one. I'm going to talk you through this first. I'm just going to do one arm first because you'll really be doing both. So I call this the field goal position, because if both of your arms are right here, arms straight out to the side with 90-degree bends in your elbows, it would look like a field goal. So field goal position. Okay, your elbow stays planted on the floor the whole time. You're going to be applying pressure into the floor with your palm. You're going to ramp up that pressure as hard as you can. So you're going to be pushing down, and then you're going to try to scoop down like this, like you're trying to do a pull-up. Although it's not going to go anywhere because you're pushing down so hard with your hand and your elbow. This contraction is going to last 30 seconds. Immediately following that one, you'll relax. You're going to do the opposite. You're still going to be right here in this position because nothing's actually going to move during that contraction. Then you're going to really dig the elbow straight down into the floor. You're going to ball up your fist, and you're going to try to lift your fist as far away from the floor as you can. And you'll hold this one for 10 seconds. Lower back down, rest. So I'm going to go ahead and go through this with my two arms. So my forehead will be down on the floor. I'm in my field goal position. I'm actually going to, you'll see my body kind of tense up because I don't want anything moving at all. This is all just driving hard into the floor. So I'm in my field goal. I'm going to start ramping up my effort with my hands into the floor. Pushing down harder and harder and harder until I feel like I can't push down any harder. And then I'm going to try to pull, like I'm trying to do my lat pull down, but nothing's moving. Start my timer here, 30 seconds. 7, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 17. 30 seconds lasts a lot longer than you think it does, and you're trying to do a contraction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly relaxing. Dig your elbows into the floor. Ball up your fists really tight. Try to pull those arms as high up off the floor as you can, keeping those elbows dug in tight. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Now, depending on how much time you have, you can go through that set of contractions one time, or you can go through that set of contractions 3 times. I generally would say 3 is usually the max you can go, because at that point your contraction strength is going to start to diminish and you're not really going to be getting the high level of muscle contractions that we're looking for. Third one, similar to the second one, where you're pushing into the floor and lifting away with your arm. It's just now your arm will be overhead. I'm going to talk you through with one arm, then I'm going to do it one time through with both my arms to show you what it'll look like in real time. So this arm would be up overhead. I actually like to ball up that fist. I personally like to keep the whole forearm flat on the floor. If you don't have the range of motion in your shoulder to get all the way up over your head, bring it out to the side a little bit until you do. So here, I'm going to bring my forehead down right here. So 30 seconds pushing down. So I'm thinking I'm just trying to crush the floor underneath my forearm right here. And you'll notice your shoulder will want to pop up like this, but you're really going to try to keep that shoulder down, make your whole body tight, really drive up your effort pushing into the floor. Then you'll count this for 30 seconds. You will slowly relax, because then you're going to do the opposite. You're going to lift that arm away from the floor as high as you can. Flip your palm out, and now you're thinking, I want to do the biggest arc I possibly can with my arm while keeping my elbow straight. Really keeping the just kind of the tightness you feel in your shoulder constantly on. Lower all the way down, lift it back up as high as it'll go. Bring it around, reversing that rotational motion so you get back to your thumb up position, arm all the way overhead, back down to the floor. You can do that one arm at a time and switch back and forth, or you can do both at the same time. I'm going to go ahead and show you both at the same time and run through it in real time. So my arms are here, my thumbs are in the thumb up position, forearms are flat on the floor. My arms are in my overhead position. I'm going to make my body nice and tight. And I'm going to start digging my whole forearms into the floor, ramping up how hard I'm doing it until I'm pushing down as hard as I can, and I'm going to hold it 30 seconds. 25, 22, 21, 15, Keep pushing down hard. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gradually relax. If only you could see how much my body was shaking there because I was just trying to crush the floor so hard. And thumbs up. Keep your body nice and locked tight. You're going to lift up those arms as high as you can. Watch my hands. I flip them out. I'm going to try to bring my hands all the way down to my sides, but I'm going to try to keep them as far away from the floor as I possibly can through that whole arc. Good. As I'm resting them down by my hips, my pinkies are the ones that are going to come to the floor. And I'm going to reverse it. Pulling them as high up as I possibly can. Gradually unwinding. You want to get them all the way up overhead in that thumbs up position. Rest them back down. You can take a few seconds rest if you'd like, or you can go right into the next one. So again, those would be a 30-second push down, lift up, go through the arc, come back, could rest for a little bit, 30 seconds pushing down again. Similar to the second one, you can start off with just doing one set of that, or you could do up to 3. But again, 3 is a pretty good cap for it because at that point, the effort's just going to start to diminish. This last one, they work together really well. So you can put your arms in front of, so we'll do chest and upper back. So to work the chest, simply take your hands together. You can put your palms like this, or you can put them together like this. The base of your palms needs to be fitting together, whichever way you pick. Elbows straight up in front of you. And from here, keeping your elbows and everything in position, you're just going to gradually start trying to crush your hands together. Starting off light, gradually increasing your contraction effort. You're going to feel a pretty major contraction in the bicep and in the chest muscles. Ramp up to the point where you're nice and shaky, and I want you to hold it for 30 seconds. This one sucks. You can see my hands are shaking because I'm trying to pretty much smash them together as hard as I can. And then gradually relax. Don't just turn it off. You always want to kind of gradually relax because now we're going to switch the direction. So your hands are here, but now take them so you're grabbing on or interlocking your wrists together. Okay? Make sure your shoulders don't come up towards your ears. Just keep them down. And you're going to try to start pulling them apart. Starting off light at first until you are pulling them apart as hard as you can. And again, 30 seconds. Whew. You feel this in the back of the shoulders. I feel it a bit in my lat area and my upper back. Nice hard 30-second pull. Gradually relaxing. And then if you'd like to, you can go right back into the squeezing together. 3 sets of 30 seconds, both directions, is a pretty good working amount. So, like I said, a little bit unconventional. The thing for you to focus on is controlling every degree of the range that you are actually moving through. And if you're not moving through, you're just flexing your muscles, make sure you're putting a pretty darn good amount of effort into each contraction because that's really where you're going to get the return on investment as far as gaining strength and muscle. If you want to go through all of these in a single workout, I would go through them in the order that I showed you, and I wouldn't superset or make anything like a circuit out of it. Just go through one, let's say 3 sets of the first one, resting as you need, go 3 sets through the second one, the third one, and then this last one. And again, the whole point is to move slow so you can put a lot of effort into each and every one of them. Thanks for watching.